give me fire, give me double shot and time. Ooh.
What's up, YouTube? It's Randy Orton Fan 2011, and yes, it is time to officially start the Pepsi Max Nationwide Series of Season 3. So this time we're getting the practice session out of the way, the qualifying practice session. This is the real deal, guys. This is the practice session that will determine the starting lineup in the DRIVE4COPD 300 here at Daytona. Right away, we got our first driver out on the track, and that is Max Russell in the 24. Of course, sporting the sponsor colors of Pepsi Max. Another driver's coming out in the field, that is Cody Lamas. We got some more coming out. We got Alexander Jones, third driver to come out. Then we got Red Bell in the 43 machine. And the 18 is just about to pull off. That is Justin Perry. 83 is pulled off Richard Johnson. 17 is pulled off Preston Plord. By the way, guys, Richard Johnson did receive the 83 car via the drawing. So Richard Johnson has received that car. As we get ready to get this practice session underway, we'll see what happens. As you know, I'm actually trying to watch the race at this point. I'm actually watching the Texas race while this race is being recorded. Well, Max Russell has currently has the first official lap time, 55.186, but that will not be any way official whatsoever. As we got more drivers coming out on the track, we see Brandon Bain, our defending PORWC Pepsi Max Nationwide Series champion Danny Wells. Then you got Jacob Cook alongside a rookie in the 56 machine. There's Jacob Lawler in the 42. He will be a rookie for Season 3. Then you got other drivers, James Qualls, Ryan Richards pulling out onto the track. Max Russell currently has pulled up the first official lap time with 37.023. Cody Lamas is next in line, 37.321. Remember, it's a matter of how fast your fastest lap is. Remember that, because it's the fastest lap that determines the starting lineup. There's one of the major contenders, actually, I would say major contenders for this season in the Pepsi Max Nationwide Series, Tony Blazer. He's definitely one to be on the lookout for. We got just about everyone else coming out into the field: Robert Wagner, Liam Ervig, Matthew McMurray. There's Eric Burton, who had the fastest time in the preseason testing session. We'll see if he can do the same thing here in the real deal testing session. Currently, he has the 5th fastest lap time with a 36.681. And there's Trent Dunham, one of the top names in the PORWC, in the 12 Dodge Challenger for Penske Racing, looking to put up a fast lap time. At this point, the 20 car has the fastest lap time. We're trying to figure out, and that's Luke Martin in the 20 car, currently with the fastest lap time of a 36.278. But remember, guys, plenty of time left in this practice session, just well over 11 minutes. New leader is out on the track in the 7 car. New leader is out, and that's Stephen Whitman. Make that Callum Wales in the 2. The Blue Deuce of Callum Wales, turning up the first lap time under 36 seconds. And now Ben Paul in the 39. He's looking to, he's currently 9th fastest out on the track. He's looking to make an impact here for Season 3. A 13 car has now made the fastest lap time at this point, 35.463. And that is being driven by, if I can find it, David Burton. And by the way, guys, David Burton had the 2nd fastest lap time in the preseason testing session. So the outlook's looking good for both the Burton brothers. David right now currently the leader, and then you got Eric Burton in the 31 car currently sitting 3rd. So the outlook's looking pretty good right now for the Burton brothers at this point. But now it's Ryan Richards who has taken over the top spot with a 35.259. I'll tell you, you don't see these lap times every day, I'll tell you that, but this is the PORWC, so we live by fast. Well, Luke Martin is going to be one of the first few cars, as well as his teammate Barney Ward, going to hit pit road and make a few adjustments. You see Preston Plord is also on pit road. Cody Lamas on pit road. Max Russell has not hit pit road yet, as you can tell. There's John Dillon in the 3 car, another rookie we want to be on the lookout for. Just one of the few names, as well alongside. He's right behind his MFN SRA teammate, Sean Galligan, in the 5 machine. Michael Norman in the 60 car finished 3rd in the Pepsi Cup Series points last season, in Season 2. And we'll see if when he does double duty, we'll see if he can come up with more success and maybe a win here for Season 3. There's our runner-up from Season 2 of the Pepsi Max Nationwide Series, Dylan Poteet, in the 88 Mountain Dew Dark Berry machine. Of course, unfortunately, there is no more Dark Berry out there in the world. As I see, let's take a look at that 48 car. As I just saw Jimmy Johnson make the pass for the lead. Oh man, I'm trying to call 2 races here. Wow, I don't know why I'm doing that. As we cycle through this field, there's Xavier Livingston in the 48. Haven't heard much from him, but he did make the playoffs last season. Ryan Richards still has the fastest lap time with a 35.259 at this point. Take a look at some of the other drivers here in the field. There's Seth Cole, 27th fastest, and he certainly could use up a bit more speed. Try to get a little more drafting help from these guys. Try and reach at least 250 on these 255, I should say, on these straightaways. You don't see speeds like this often here at Daytona. 250, 255 on the back end of these straightaways. Luke Martin and Barney Ward, 2 teammates, have come back out on the racetrack with just under 8 minutes to go in the practice session. Thomas Mickey Cook in the 9 car. He is making his rookie debut. He's currently well far in the back of the pack. He's actually 5th slowest at this point. Of course, we also want to make a note of Zohar Manood in the 22 car. He was the fastest in the Pepsi Cup Series preseason testing session. Currently running 6th fastest so far, which is pretty good for Zohar. There's Red Bell trying to work alongside Dylan Young in the 27. Looking to get some drafting help. Looking to get them in towards the top of the speed charts. Dylan Young, 12th fastest. Red Bell could certainly use a lot of help. She's actually, I think she's around 8th slowest at the moment. Cody Lamas at this point is the slowest car on the field. Currently with a 37.133. So Cody Lamas is the slowest car at this point in the field. We'll see if he can come up with a faster lap time. There's Joseph Lombard and 2SC4R in the 73 Pepsi Next machine. Currently running 20th slowest. Excuse me for my technical terms, but that's just the way I do it. Liam Ervig running 14th fastest, then Robert Wagner right behind him 15th fastest. James Quall is currently 11th on the speed charts. Alexander Jones currently holding the 5th position, and rookie Ron Fajara 16th fastest so far. David Burton still having a pretty good day so far. He's currently third fastest, as we see our current pole sitter our current would-be pole sitter Ryan Richards makes his move to pit road, looking to make a couple of adjustments, hopefully trying to come up with a faster lap time than he did with a 35.259. There's Rhett Yates. He's coming back out on the racetrack. Rhett Yates currently 17th slowest at this point. Just about 5 to 6 minutes to go here in this practice session. Remember, this is the real deal. This is what will determine the starting lineup in the DRIVE4COPD 300. And we see Jack Richards in the 16 car, currently 11th fastest, which is a pretty good time. His counterpart, Charles Jackson, in the 15 5-hour energy Toyota Camry, currently second in the speed charts. He would be start if this practice session ended now, he'd be starting on the outside pole, and that would be a great thing for Charles Jackson, considering he didn't make much noise in season 2. Certainly love to make some noise here in season 3, as he goes alongside his buddy Trent Dunham, who's currently 12th fastest in the 12 car. What a coincidence. Preston Plord right now is currently one of those in the middle of the pack at this point. We're at 36.079, and he's right behind his good buddy. I wouldn't say good buddy. I would say more of his heated rival, Danny Wells. Danny Wells, our previous Pepsi Max Nationwide Series champion. I don't know why I said Pepsi Cup Series there. I failed again. But Danny's just going to let him go right now. Is saying that it's not worth it wrecking. It's not worth wrecking Preston right now in the practice session. So probably thinking, hey, I'll wreck him in the race. And of course, that might be one of the intentions for Danny Wells versus Preston Plord here. One of the many rivalries we have here in the PORWC. Ryan Juke is now being credited with the slowest lap time with a 37.060 with just under 4 minutes to go in the practice session. Oh, look out! Oh, there's cars around. It's Eric Burton. Eric Burton just went spinning around. That's not going to help him out. He's 20th fastest, and that's gonna hurt him a lot. That will force him to the back of the pack. Yes, Eric Burton has I wouldn't say DNF'd, but actually has retired from the practice session, so Eric Burton is going to be starting near the back of the pack. And boy, he did not want that after coming up with the fastest lap time in the preseason testing session, and he did not want to see that. Ryan Juke hitting the wall. Boy, I mean, even with these high speeds, it's high risk. Just over 3 minutes to go in the practice session. Blue Deuce of Callum Wales coming back out on the racetrack, currently 25th fastest with a 35.934. Or I should have said 18th slowest. We take a look at some of the others in the field. Tony Blazer, 4th slowest, and that's not a good sign. Not a good sign for Tony Blazer, 36.173. We just got the green-white checker to go here at Texas. I'm actually trying to watch both races here. Ryan Cooper, 8th fastest so far with a 35.692. Pretty good day for him. I see the 48 leading of Jamie Johnson, so we'll take a look at the 48 here of Xavier Livingston, currently 21st slowest with a 35.892. Everybody coming up with 36 second lap times here. There's Sam Young in the 51 car, currently in the fifth position, 35.564. Max Russell currently 18th slowest, and then Brandon Bain 19th slowest. Richard Johnson is actually 2nd slowest on the speed charts. He would not want to see that. And Jimmy Johnson will take home the win here at Texas, and that's a great day for Jimmy Johnson. So hopefully our 48 or his 48 counterpart in Xavier Livingston will be something here, as Xavier Livingston currently 21st slowest at the time. Jacob Lawler's moved his way into the top 10 in the speed charts with the 9th fastest lap time with a 35.735. Just about 80 seconds left to go in the practice session. Let's take a look at some of the other drivers I haven't described. Matthew McMurray, currently 10th slowest, 36.010. Not sure if I have described every single driver, but there is Ryan Richards. He is currently the fastest guy with a 35.259, and now he's hitting the wall. Everybody's just bouncing up and down here, and I guess Ryan Richards is going to play it safe here. Can't risk getting wrecked, so he's going to head to pit road, and that will be it for Ryan Richards. And right now, outlook's looking good for Ryan Richards with the fastest lap time. He might be starting on the pole with just about 40 seconds to go left in the practice session. The qualifying session, I should probably say. Here are two Brits that we want to be on the lookout for, Sean Galligan and Barney Ward. The two British guys. Two Englishmen. Barney Ward currently 10th slowest, Sean Galligan 16th fastest. our defending champion, looking good in the driver's seat so far. He's 4th fastest, and that's going to be a great lap time for him. As everybody looks to make one more fast lap before this practice session is over. Remember, the starting lineup will be determined by how fast everyone went, with the exception of Eric Burton, who ended up wrecking. So Eric Burton will be starting dead last from the field. That is, unless someone else wrecks, and then he won't be alone. But it doesn't look like that is the case at this point. As we cycle through the rest of the field with 10 seconds left to go in the practice session. Eric Burton currently running 20th slowest at the time, but he will be starting dead last because he wrecked in the middle of the practice session. So that'll not be a good start for Eric Burton, to say the least, but we'll see if he can come up with something big despite starting dead last in the field. With 10 seconds left to go in the practice session, everyone looking to make one more fast lap. And it looks like it is official. And it is official, so let's take you to your results. There's a look at the results from practice, and this is how they'll be lining up, with the exception of Eric Burton. Eric Burton will be starting dead last from the field because of being wrecked. So we'll take a look at the top of the pack. Ryan Richards will be starting on the pole with a 35.259, so pretty good start for Ryan Richards so far. Charles Jackson will be on the front row as well with a 35.458. David Burton having a pretty good speed week so far, 35.463. That's good enough for 3rd fastest. By the way, he was 2nd fastest in the preseason testing session, so a good day for David Burton. Danny Wells, our defending Pepsi Max Nationwide Series champion. He will be starting from the 4th position in row 2. Then it's Sam Young, Alexander Jones making row 3. Row 4 is Joseph Lombard, Matthew McMurray. Row 5, Ryan Cooper and Robert Wagner. 11th through 20th now, Jacob Lawler, James Qualls, Ron Fajara, Zohar Manood, Ben Paul, Jack Richards, Trent Dunham, Sean Galligan, John Dillon, and Liam Ervig. 21st and 22nd, Richard Johnson and Dylan Young. Like I said, Eric Burton will be starting from the back of the pack because of wrecking in this session. So everyone else that I'm going to describe from Luke Martin down will be moving up a spot in the starting lineup. So it's Luke Martin, Xavier Livingston, Preston Plord, Brandon Bain, Max Russell, Michael Norman, Callum Wells, and Dylan Poteet will be starting 30th. Then it's Cody Lamas, Jacob Cook, Thomas Mickacook, Barney Ward, Seth Cole, Rhett Yates, Red Bell, Stephen Whitman, Justin Perry, Tony Blazer, Ryan Juke, and like I said, Eric Burton will be starting dead last. So the outlook's looking pretty good on the Pepsi Max Nationwide Series, as we have completed the first bit of qualifying sessions like this. And by the way, this is one of the new rules that you will be seeing in both the Pepsi Max Nationwide Series and Pepsi Cup Series. You will now be seeing these final practice sessions being the basis on where everyone's going to qualify, after a lot of complaints have been coming on me being a little more biased towards my good friends. So I feel like this will be a little more fair to everyone else who's competing in my series. So now you will see these practice sessions for just about every other race, for just about all the races, with the exception of the Daytona 500, which the starting lineup will be determined by the upcoming Budweiser Shootout and Gatorade duels of 150 miles. I wouldn't say 150 miles, but 115, going 10% this time, because I don't think anyone wants to see a 60 lap. I don't think anyone wants to see a 150-mile race doesn't really mean much other than the starting lineup. But other than that, the outlook's looking pretty good, and that is how they will line up in the Pepsi Max Nationwide Series first inaugural race of Season 3 in the DRIVE4COPD 300. So that's how they will line up. I will give you, if you are wondering where you are starting, then just give me a holla, and then I will be more than ready to tell you. Alright guys, that is it from Daytona. The next event that I have planned for all my series is the Budweiser Shootout Last Chance Qualifier. Who will make it into the Budweiser Shootout and have a chance at the front row in the Daytona 500. Remember the Daytona 500. The Daytona 500. I don't know why I keep stuttering like this. The front row will be determined by the top 2 finishers in the Budweiser shootout. So whoever wins the Budweiser shootout gets the pole, and whoever finishes second in the Budweiser shootout gets the outside pole, and everybody else will have to go through the Gatorade 150 duels. So that's pretty much it. That's how it will go, and that is it from me. This is Randy Orton Fan 2011 signing off. I'm out. By the way, I just wanted to say one more thing. This race has been brought to you by Pepsi Max. 0 calories, maximum taste. Pepsi Max.